Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for stopping by on Drawing Time with Will. I would appreciate it if this is your first time coming to the channel. I'd appreciate you stopping in, watching videos, commenting. If you really like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the bell so that way you'll know when I'm posting up future videos. I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, just so you're aware, what am I doing today? Who am I drawing? Well, I'm going to go into that in just a minute and let you know who that is. So this is based off a book by Gerald Way and Gerald Way. And the name of the book is called Umbrella Academy. Why am I talking about this? Because Netflix is getting ready to adapt this. It'll actually be out on the 15th of November. And it'll be a series that they're doing. And I believe they're going to go, they've kind of mixed up the first and the second series into one series. But I think it's going to be really interesting and kind of cool. So I decided to draw number 1, who is one of 7 children that survived a situation where 43 children were born in the world on the same day due to a cosmically powered elbow drop. I know that just sounds weird, but yeah. By the way, guys, have you ever read Umbrella Academy? You know anything about it? Have you ever read trade paperbacks, anything like that? And because I think the concept is really cool. It kind of reminds me of a bit of a Fantastic Four mixed with X-Men, mixed with a whole lot of sci-fi and craziness. It definitely has a lot of comic book tropes, but they do it very differently. I love the art style as well. Gabriel Way definitely draws a lot like Mike Mignola, who created Hellboy. And so that's one of the things I really like about the artwork. And so he's very high on shadows. By the way, guys, SComicmaker's 1-year anniversary stream will be coming in on the 20th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So as you guys may or may not know, she's one of my favorites on YouTube. So go check her out. The link to her channel will be below in the description. So anyway, let me tell you a little bit about number 1. So number 1 was one of 7 children that survived. As I mentioned earlier, there were 43 children that were born to the cosmic elbow drop. And the thing about it was that the women that were pregnant didn't wake up pregnant. Like, they weren't pregnant the day before they woke up, and they woke up and they were pregnant with babies, and they all were born on the same day. So out of the 43, 7 of them survived. And so a man by the name of Gerald Hargreeves comes up and adopts them. Basically, when they ask him, why have you chosen to adopt these 7 children, he says, because we need them to save the world. And so that's really all that's ever said. And so this one is number 1. His real name would be Luther Hargreeves, and he is known in the comics as Spaceboy. Now, he ends up going to space early on when he gets a little bit older, and he gets in an accident. When he gets in the accident, they graft his body to the body of a gorilla to keep him alive. And so that's why, as you see me drawing this, you'll see that he has the body of a gorilla and a human head, and pipes running all over different places so that way he can survive. So that's who he is. That's the basic level who he is. Beforehand, he was super strong, and he very much was the leader of the team. Now, I say the term team loosely. The reason why is because this team is very dysfunctional. You have different characters in the book, and they don't necessarily get along. What ends up bringing them back together, I believe it's 20 years after we see the first little adventure that they have as children. We see them come together because Gerald Hargreeves, who was the father to them, dies, and nobody's for sure how he died. So of course these kids have now grown up and kind of grown apart, and so now they have to come together and try to find out why their father has been killed, what happened that caused it, different things like that. They're trying to find all this out. And so one of the major things about it is they're trying to find this out is they're also trying to reconnect the family that they had, and it's not necessarily the easiest. There are some of the members of the family that don't even feel like they're family. With Spaceboy, for example, he's very much trying to bring the family back together, but he comes to a point where he realizes that it may not be best for him to do that, and so he just kind of stops trying. And so it's not that he really wants to give up on it, but he just understands that his family is kind of messed up, and he's not sure how to deal with that. And rather than actually come in and say, this is what we're going to do, he just stops. And he just kind of goes into hero mode and kind of overcompensates by just wanting to jump into the middle of everything so that way he can kind of get something going and helping his family. But not only helping his family, more importantly, finding out what happened to his dad and how his dad died. And so, like I said earlier, he's definitely the leader of this team, this ragtag team of kids that were brought together by a man that, when you see the series, you begin to understand they really didn't know him very well, and they really didn't know each other very well. But I think that's one of the things that I like about the book, and I like about the story, is that so many superhero stories are so easily put together. Like, you see them and they come together, and it's just like, okay, we gotta save the world. But this story definitely takes that and twists it on its head. And I kind of wonder, especially with Gerald Way's kind of the way his music is. By the way, Gerald Way, for those who may not know, was the lead singer of My Chemical Romance. And of course, a lot of people are like, wait a minute, the lead singer of a band wrote it? Yeah, he actually went to, I believe, Savannah Art College and was doing art as a major and wanted to actually do comics well before the band started, well before he ended up becoming, you know, one of the biggest band leaders in years. If you look at the records and the money that was made off of My Chemical Romance, it's ridiculous how much money they made off that group. But anyway, so Gerald Way has continued to write beyond that. Gabriel Ba, I love his art style. Like I mentioned earlier, it reminds me of a younger version of Mike Mignola as far as the shadows and different things like that. And just, there are some creepy concepts. I mean, there's some stuff. Some of these character designs are just beautiful and just all sorts of crazy. But I love it. So I will tell you the books to get if you were interested in this series, to try to pick it up before Netflix drops the series on the 15th. The first two have been traded. The first one was the Apocalypse Week. The second one is it's called Dallas. And then the third, which I believe it's wrapping up soon. It's not even done. They started producing the third one in October. It's when it started coming out for the stores in October last year. Is the Umbrella Academy Hotel Oblivion. And so I hope that you enjoy this. I hope you appreciate this piece of artwork. And I'm going to try over the next few weeks to draw the other characters of Umbrella Academy, so that way before the series drops, you guys will see it and get the chance to kind of know a little bit more about the comic version of the series. And then when the show drops, when the movie drops, we can discuss it amongst each other and see how it came out. You know, see how they did it. I would be real interested to see that. I hope they kind of do this like, if anybody remembers my review of I Kill Giants, kind of the idea they took that, and that was almost a literal panel by panel of a lot of that. I don't think we're going to get a literal panel by panel on this one, but if the story elements are there, if the tension is there, if a lot of the family drama is there, I think I'm going to enjoy it. So anyway, guys, continue to comment. What's your favorite Netflix comic book series that you've seen so far? There's a comment question for you. And above all else, guys, by the way, the finished product will be posted here so you can see it. And I want you to appreciate it. I hope that you appreciate the colored version. And I was going to do another video where I colored it, but that was just like, well, let me just show the colored product and be done with that. Keep it simple. So anyway, guys, above all else, do me a favor. Be blessed and be a blessing to somebody, guys. We're going to let the music finish this out and let you go from here. Anyway, take care, guys.